When it comes to Kobe Bryant, it's like, where do I even start? This is a player, one player, who has changed the game of basketball in more ways than we know. Not only has he changed the game of basketball for me, but he's also changed my entire perspective on the way the game is played. And not just the way the game is played, but also on life. You see, when it comes to basketball, there are countless stories of hard work, dedication, and triumph. And some of those stories, they're simply too old for me to recall, but not Kobe's. I guess you could say for me, Kobe Bryant was right on time. Basketball in itself is a powerful game, not only physically, but emotionally. And don't get me started on the mentality you need to be successful. Not just successful, but to become one of the greatest players on the planet. It's not easy. I thought Michael Jordan had a great quote during The Last Dance. It's funny, a lot of people say they like to be Michael Jordan for a day or for a week, but let them try to be MJ for a year. See if they like it. When it comes to fans, we don't see all of the hardships. We don't see all of the work. Some of us could never understand or know what some of these players go through. And I mean, how could we? Despite being this icon, Kobe was also one of the most hated players in the entire NBA. If Kobe wasn't Kobe, it might have broke him, but it didn't. Over the course of Kobe Bryant's playing career, fans were privileged to see one of the best basketball players ever. By some reactions, you wouldn't know if they realized that. Kobe Bryant's greatness was put on full display once Phil Jackson became his coach. For the 1999-2000 season, Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal earned their first NBA championship together by forming one of the most dominant duos in NBA history. Shaq was the man, and a young Kobe, he was well on his way. Kobe led the Lakers in steals and assists. Shaq, he was the MVP. Kobe would make the All-NBA second team. He also became the youngest player in NBA history to make the All-Defensive team. The Lakers won 67 games. This ranks as the 5th best NBA regular season ever. These Lakers, they were a problem, and everybody knew it. In Game 2 of the 2000 NBA Finals, Kobe would face an ankle injury at the hands of Jalen Rose. Kobe was forced to miss the remainder of the game. Game 3, he didn't play. In Game 4, Bryant was back, but he was playing on what he described as a throbbing ankle injury. But I guess you could say you wouldn't know it by his numbers, because he helped lead the Lakers to a 120-118 victory. And for the Lakers, they would go on to win their first championship since 1988. I hate to be a spoiler, but the 99-2000 season was the first of 3 consecutive rings for the Los Angeles Lakers. And of course, there was trouble in paradise. Shaq and Kobe, they began to feud about the direction of the team. No matter their differences, their chemistry on the court was undeniable. The Lakers were an absolute force to be reckoned with. One of the greatest scorers in NBA history in Kobe Bryant. Hey, greatest players hands down. And then you have one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant big in Shaquille O'Neal. And you have role players who are playing above and beyond. The Lakers were tough. And during the three-peat, they were rolling. After failing to win a championship in consecutive seasons, the Lakers decided to trade Shaquille O'Neal. Arguably the best duo of all time was no more. As a fan, it was tough, and all we could do is ask ourselves why. Everybody was waiting on the Lakers' next move. A media storm started to brew. It was a storm unlike any other. Fans would label Kobe selfish, a ball hog. Simply put, not a team player. With Shaq headed to Miami, we all wondered, what would Shaq do in Miami alongside Dwayne Wade, another young, great guard? The answer? Win a championship. Wade had one of the most spectacular finals that I had ever seen. And Shaq? Shaq got his ring. But with Shaq getting yet again another ring, the criticism shifted back to Kobe Bryant. The hot takes were sizzling. Ironically, that same season, Kobe started in 80 regular season games and took a Lakers team that had seemed to be dismantled to the playoffs. This was his greatest scoring season, 35.4 points per game, good enough to lead the entire NBA. But scoring wasn't his only contribution, though it could have been, and I wouldn't have said a word. Kobe Bryant also pulled down 5.3 boards a game while dishing out 4.5 assists. Oh, and did I mention he averaged almost 2 steals per game? On December 20th, 2005, Kobe outscored the whole Mavericks team by himself. 3 quarters of play, nothing but buckets. Bryant dropped 62 points against the best the West had to offer. This has only happened once since the shot clock has been in existence. If you thought that was special, wait until you hear this one. Same season, right? Kobe plays the Raptors January 22nd, 2016. Kobe makes NBA history. Boy, where have I heard that one before? Kobe dropped 81 points. One game, 81 points. The only other player to top this? Wilt Chamberlain, with his notorious 100-point game dating all the way back to 1962. And man, Bean wasn't done just yet. That entire month, like the whole season, was a movie. He dropped at least 45 points in 4 straight games. That took us all the way back to 1964. Now take everything I just said, and you would think that Kobe would be the MVP, right? Nope. It was Steve Nash, who was great in his own right. But to this day, I still truly believe that Kobe's season was greater. I feel like the MVP award has become notorious over the years for lacking consistency. While by many, Kobe was recognized as the best player in the league during his era, somehow he only left with 1 MVP award. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, the Suns and the Lakers, they matched up in the playoffs. Kobe's team consisted of Smush Parker, Luke Walton, and Kwame Brown. But I mean, hey, he also had Lamar Odom, who was a major help. One of the most versatile players, in my opinion, I think that the league has ever seen. Somebody 6'10", 6'11", that could handle the ball like a point guard. One of the most unselfish players in many different ways. Odom was a guy that would do whatever it took to win. Odom was somebody that didn't have to score, but could impact the game in the biggest of ways. In my opinion, Odom was an elite talent whose skill and game was through the roof. But back to Kobe. Kobe, he took the Suns, who were taking the league by storm, all the way to 7 games. To this day, I still remember the infamous Kobe sucks chants.
Here's Kwame Brown at the free throw line.
A lot of people, again, it would break him down. It would dismantle him, but not Kobe. This man was different. He relished it. It's like he wanted it. Moments like that, it just didn't faze him. Throughout his career, we saw Kobe Bryant hit big shot after big shot, improbable shot after improbable shot. A lot of people, they looked at the shots Kobe took and they labeled them as bad shots, which simply wasn't true. It's only a bad shot if you're not able to make it. These are probably some of the same people that looked at a lot of the threes Curry took and made and labeled those bad also. If a player is wide open, but percentage-wise, he's not a good shooter, then that's a bad shot. But if you have somebody that has the range and ability to make it rain from 40 feet, are you going to really tell them stop shooting? I didn't think so. Anyways, the MVP snub didn't last long. 07-08, Kobe would get his MVP. Starting every game, he would take the Lakers to the playoffs. Oh yeah, and he got his help. I'm sure you guys remember the infamous Paul Gasol-Kwame Brown trade. It was a robbery that nobody saw coming. The Lakers, they were big. They were a giant team. Not only were they giant, They were skilled. A lot of these teams you see go big, they don't have the skills that this Laker team had. Though Kobe would lead the Lakers to the playoffs, they would fall short against the Celtics' Big Three. Or should I say Big Four, because Rondo was no joke. The following 2 years, Bryant simply refused to lose. Not only would the Lakers win the championship, but Bryant, he would be Finals MVP twice. In 08-09, when the Lakers beat the Orlando Magic, Kobe averaged 32.4 points, 7.4 assists, 5.6 rebounds, 1.4 steals, and 1.4 blocks for the entire series. This was the first time a player averaged this since Jerry West, all the way back to 1969. To this day, I still feel like one of the most underrated aspects to Kobe's game is his passing ability and his ability to see the floor. Not only was Kobe a big-time scorer, a major threat to go for 50 on any given night, but he made his teammates better. You guys remember when the Houston Rockets tried to turn Trevor Ariza into a franchise player? Man, I really do miss those old Lakers teams. Kobe's career was legendary, and the finish was something that will live in every basketball fan's heart forever. And I don't think we'd have it any other way. Be sure to subscribe and click the video on the screen right now, guys. It's incredibly dope. I'm DCoop. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm out.